Hello, hi friends, I'm Shauna. Welcome to the channel and welcome into another Project Pan video. We're in October, time for the update, and I tried to have like a bit of a fall vibe today. I'm wearing chai on my lips, one of my favorite fall shades, and I put it on today because I love chai, but I'm just not vibing with the look. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, is chai not my favorite anymore? Anyways, before we get into the update, I would love it if you would subscribe because we have more Project Panning content coming your way for the rest of the year. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee, which is a great way to support the channel if you are so inclined. I also have an Etsy store, Rapari Designs, which all of those things are linked in the description. So let's get into the updating. We have a big update, guys. Like, we have a huge, colossal update. I'm pretty proud of it, and we'll just start right off with a rollout, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Lock It Primer or Matte Lock Primer. I'm glad it's done. I didn't cut it open because I don't love this. It's not super mattifying, and I'm like, I don't really know what you do because summer was the time for this product to really shine and didn't do a whole lot. And a part of it is the consistency, like it's just kind of like a cream, like a white cream. And those don't tend to be very mattifying. I'm glad that this is finished as we are rolling into peak fall. And as my skin is getting drier, I can already feel it. I'm glad that it's out. And I was debating on whether to roll something in or not. And I did decide to. I'm going to be rolling in my Vesca primer. This is basically brand new. We are here. This has just like gotten so dirty just hanging around. This one is their purple, like light illuminating kind of primer. It's very moisturizing, hydrating. I like the way that it feels. I haven't worn it all that much on the face, but it's one of those things that you can wear without makeup. It's also similar to that Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter primer. Not the same or a dupe, especially because it's purple, but it's a product that is designed with similar ideas in mind and has that kind of shimmery look that the Charlotte Tilbury one does. I have been wanting to try the e.l.f. primer, that new Charlotte Tilbury dupe primer. I'm forgetting the name, Halo Glow, I think. Because I want that one, I feel like this is the opportunity to try something that is similar in my makeup collection. It is the time of year for this to really shine, or for me to get the use out of it, so it's coming at a great time. Don't think I'll finish this by the end of the year, but we'll see how far we can get. Next up are the foundations. I currently have two in the project, and we'll start with the Sephora Best Skin Ever. You can really see how far we're getting down here. And last month I was here, this month I was here. I did use this a similar amount of times as I had in previous months. I think overall, one of the reasons why the usage is less is I wore makeup overall. So while I did wear this every time I wore makeup, I just wasn't wearing makeup all that often in the last 30 days. So it's a really small dip. However, we still have 3 months left of the year. And even with a usage like this, you can see that it's out of the ordinary use-wise in terms of the last couple months of use. So I do think I can finish it by the end of the year if we continue on it as I had been previously. So I still feel confident about this, just a bit of a slower month, which is totally cool. And the other foundation is my CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream. This one is done. Like, I was squeezing it out and it's like, it's done. I didn't cut it open because, again, this isn't one that I am in love with, so I'm gonna leave it for now. I don't know, maybe at the end of the year I'll see if I can get one single use left of any of my makeup products. That could be a fun video, going through my empties and seeing if anything has a last use. Anyways, that's not for today. So I'm done with that. I'm so happy it's out, and I appreciate a lighter coverage product. That is what this product has taught me that is just not a great shade range. And so on that alone, I would not buy that product. It has 6 shades. I don't know how CoverGirl thinks that's okay, but it ain't. Right now, my skin is having a really bad moment. So light coverage products are just not for me. And I think it's going to be that way for probably the next couple of months. So I guess fortuitous timing in that respect as well. I am rolling in a foundation because I do think the one that I'm rolling in has a possibility to be finished before the end of the year. Now I'm rolling in the Revlon Color Stay. I bought this last December and we are about here. It's a similar amount to the Best Skin Ever. The Best Skin Ever is just a little bit lower. I do use more of this when I use my makeup, and it's becoming the main foundation I use right now. I was tempted to roll in my Merit foundations or any of them because they are older, although not that much older, but older. I'm not rolling those in because I need more coverage right now. And while I can build it up with that product, it's just not ideal at the moment. So we're going to use this, and this also does have SPF in it. The SPF in this is going to go bad sooner than the Merit foundations will. So we're going to roll in this guy for now. I would love it if I could finish this by the end of the year. I do think it's possible. I really do. And we got this far. Like I brought this in last December, and we have gone this far in the product when it has like never really been featured anywhere. So there's a lot of natural use in that product or with that product. And by making it the focus, I think we can do it. So far, we have 2 rollouts, and there's still more to come, y'all. There's still more to come. So let's go to the concealer next. I forgot to update the Kosas concealer in the last update. I did show it in my fall makeup bag, but if you didn't see that video, then you wouldn't have seen the progress. When I rolled this in last month, or last month I was here, we started here. Now we're about here. This one is only an approximation because we are getting low on the product. Let me just show you. I just took this out. There's basically no product coming out on the wand, and so I'm having to scrape the sides, and it might even be a little bit more further down in the tube than it is showing here. But when I scrape the sides of above, we're still getting product, and we're gonna have to take the stopper out soon, probably next month or within the next 30 days. I think I'm gonna have to take the stopper out. So we're now kind of in an area where it's a little bit more difficult to approximate. I think we can finish this by the end of the year. I think this will probably be a 2-month use type of thing to finish it up. 1 month to get the stopper out, or sometime in the next month to pull out the stopper, and then probably another full month after that. So I think we can finish her. And then if we finish the Kosas concealer, we'll only have 2 concealers left. And I love the Kosas concealer. I now am not fully sure if I prefer the Kosas or the NARS concealer, the creamy radiant concealer. I love both of them. I'm just super excited at that progress. Our last powder product of the day is the NARS Laguna Bronzer Mini. Look at her. She's finished. It took what? 9 months to finish this little bronzer mini. The last month was tough, and my bronzer looked like crap most days because there was just like little chunks left, and then I would get like a little chunk on my face. I'm glad that it's out. I don't think this bronzer is anything remarkable, like at all. I don't think it's worth the price. I don't think the formula is anything special. I don't really know how many colors this comes in, which doesn't really matter at this point if I'm not even interested in the bronzer. I was thinking about rolling in another bronzer, but I really don't think we're gonna see even like, if I did that, I don't think we would see any remarkable progress this year. Like, I don't even think we could see a pan indentation. So we're gonna leave the bronzer out of this project for the end of the year. I have 2 bronzers left, and I have some ideas on what to do with it next year. So I'm just gonna be playing with the remaining 2 bronzers until the end of the year, and I'll have to pick one of them or both of them for next year. On to the lip products. And The first up is the MAC lipstick, and I'm kind of disappointed in this because I didn't wear makeup to the same extent as I have in the past. I think that's the larger reason why there isn't a lot of progress on it, but I'll show you. We are literally at the exact same place as we were last month. There is no change. I did wear this a handful of days. I went out a couple of times and I just brought this and reapplied it. So we're talking probably 15 uses. I think my overall month goal before, or month usage, was probably more like 30 to 50. So it's definitely less. Therefore, we're not seeing much progress. It is a little bit disappointing, but guys, we can't win them all every time. Like, we're doing some really great progress, and I saw some great progress in other lip products, so there's a trade-off. Speaking of great progress, my Fenty lip gloss is I'm doing the damn thing. I was here last month, now we're here. Another great progress. I think we can finish it by the end of the year. This one has no longer been holed up in my purse and being forgotten about. She is being actively used, leaving her on the desk, taking her out when I go out. And usually now when I'm going out, it will be either this or like my Clinique Chubby Stick that's in another project. I'm pretty happy with that. Can't complain with that use. And we're on track to finishing this for the end of the year. Very happy. The last lip product is the lip liner. And guys, we're almost on the card. We're almost there. This is the top. I think next month we can do it. I wanted to buy a lip liner, but just seeing how slow I use them, I'm like, it's not practical. It's just really not. I actually like this one better. The Huda one is creamier, which is nice, but doesn't have that lasting power like this one does. I can't say this is the longest lasting lip liner, but it certainly lasts longer. And I like the color a little bit more. So I'm using this one just a little bit more. I've used it about 4 times this past month. I think previously I was using it maybe 5 or 6, upwards of 8 at my highlight or at my highest. So this one is kind of about average. Now for the Hourglass palette, we're really slowing down here, but I am bringing back the highlighter and using it much more. I actually have noticed a dip in this pen in particular, and I have been layering this particular blush over my Bounce and Blur blush. I've been wearing that a lot, and then I've been layering the Hourglass blush on top of it. It gives this peachy pink look where if I'm just using this one, it's kind of really shimmery pink, and then not the Hourglass blush, the Bare Minerals blush is very orange, and I do like using that formula, but sometimes it's just too orange. So I do really like the mixture of those blushes a lot, and that one's become a favorite. So I'm dipping back into this palette more, and I've also been dipping back into the highlight more. I'll show her one more time. I think the highlight, you'll just see the expanded pan. I don't know that you'll necessarily see use a lot on this blush. The blush, I don't think we'll notice much difference by the end of the year. The highlight, I think it's conceivable to use the highlight if I continue with the way that I am. We've basically just built up in the corners left. So I have faith that I can use it. Today, I don't know if, we'll see if you can tell. I did a matte shadow over, it's just one matte shadow on both eyes. And then I took my highlighter brush and the highlighting shade, and I just so subtly dusted it over both of the eyes. So it's not shimmery, it's just not as mattified as it would be without it. And I really did like that look because I do like a matte look, but sometimes today I wanted the lips to be the focus, and it was kind of matte and a little bit darker than I wanted, so it just kind of helped soften the look a little bit. And that's not a technique I've really used that often, so I appreciate the look that it gives, and it's just another way to use the highlight. Just a handful of things left, and these are all of the non-makeup things. The first, we'll just get her out of the way, is the Cora Organics face mask. I think this one is smudged. We were here last month, and now we're here. We're really getting down there. I don't think I'll use it next month, but I think by the end of November, by the December update, I think I should be able to finish this. It's actually sitting much nicer on my face than it was previously, I do think, because my skin has gotten drier. I was having trouble with this. It felt like it was patching off really quickly and just, you know, when you put the product on your face and it's kind of like balling up, that's what was happening with this mask, and it's not doing that anymore. I haven't changed any product I'm putting underneath it, so I'm not really sure what's happening there. Maybe just my skin is a little bit drier. Whatever the case may be, it's sitting nicer. I used it, I think, 3 times. A little goes a long way with that mask, so that's also why it's slow to use. It's not horrible anymore. It's better, which is nice, but still not a favorite. The last skincare thing, we have one hair care thing left, is my Paula's Choice niacinamide serum. We were here last month and now we're here. In the last update, I felt like the actual use was not reflective of how much I felt like I was using it. And now this month, to see the gap, like the difference, this one seems more reflective of how much I've actually been using it. I think we can finish this in the next 2 months, potentially next month if I continue at this use, but we'll say 2 months to be sure. So I am pleased with that. And the last update is my Living Proof heat protectant. Guys, she is done. I finished her mid-month. I'm so happy. I thought this was from 2019, but it's older than that. Like it's much older than that. So I was debating for a while if I was going to roll in something else, and I am. So I have this Way leave-in conditioner, which is a leave-in conditioner and a heat protectant, and right now I am about here. Now I am rolling this in because this one is now from 2020, and I personally feel like these things should naturally last you about like 2 years. And now that we're on the 2-year mark, I need to remember to use this, and I want to get this out. I'm not necessarily trying to get it out because I want to buy something new. I don't know how well the ingredients are going to hold up, because this says 12 months. And I know that, you know, you can take expiration dates with a grain of salt, and I often do. I just don't know about the efficacy of this product after such amount of time has passed, because if the goal is for this to actually protect your hair, like, you know, there's an active, if you will, I don't know how much that would break down over time, and if it is just useless using a product that's not actually working, if you feel me. This smells amazing, like amazing. Way does have really great scents. I love that my hair smells like this. I'm here for it, and we'll see how much we can finish by the end of the year. I think we'll get halfway at best, like halfway through the bottle, maybe somewhere here. Who knows if I can even get that far, but I think that is as far as we'll go. It'll probably be, like, in terms of what's left, no more than a third, but because I already have that bit of use, I think we can get just shy of half, maybe 40% of the way through. And then if we did that, then I would be kind of creating the way to finish it for next year. We'll lay the foundation to hopefully do well next year. That's the update. I think this one went really, really well. For next month in specific, I don't actually think that there's going to be anything that I could finish for next month. Potentially this, but I really don't think so. I think everything else is 2 to 3 months down the line. And if I do finish what I expect to finish by the end of the year, just about everything would be finished in this project. Like, all of the original stuff would be finished. Like, I would get through an additional 2 foundations. I would get through a lip gloss, a skincare product, 2 skincare products, you know? I don't think, I mean, this guy and this guy are brand new roll-ins that are probably, we're not going to get very far on them. These 2 we won't finish either. But I think we can finish at least the highlight, and I think everything else by the end of the year, which would be really, really fabulous, and I would love that. This is kind of getting me excited for the year on empties, because up until this point, I don't feel like I had finished a ton of makeup. But now that we're coming to the end of the year, there's a potential for me to finish like 2 or 3 more foundations, which would be incredible. So I'm just getting hyped for the end of the year and trying to, you know, hype up the progress and, you know, keep the motivation alive. I'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comments. And if you are also having a project pan, how is yours going? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and watching my video. I really appreciate your time and thank you. I hope to see you again around here soon. Bye.